Climate change needs work now, today. Whatever people are in charge of that, I hope that y'all are working very, very hard. There's a country, what is it, India? Like, we need to be like whatever country is over there planting trees for, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I don't know the details, but we need to plant more trees here in America, do less things to damage the environment.
Well, the problem is that climate change is just a symptom of the dirty hearts of society. So what happens is, it's like, for example, boils. Boils is a disease in the blood, but the symptom is that you get some pus, some pus developing, oozing from the skin. Now, if we just put some ointment on the boil, yeah, it might make the boil feel a little better, but ultimately it won't cure the disease which is in the blood. So similarly, climate change is an effect of dirty consciousness. So people are polluting this earth because they don't understand the value of the earth. So when we make people understand that, on that principle, and their hearts are purified, and automatically climate change is also dealt with.
Yesterday morning, I was in the Arctic. I was in Svalbard. You can't even find it on a map. It's at 80 degrees latitude. And I was deep in the middle of that issue, obviously. We were looking for polar bears, and we were appreciating the speed with which the ice is melting there earlier in the season. So and I have 26-year-old twins who are completely leading with that issue, as they should be. I think climate change is one of the top 3 issues politically, and probably the number 1 issue on a human scale in the world right now.
I believe 100%, just like Donald Trump does, that the climate change is a hoax created by the Chinese.
The planet's dying, guys. Like, anyone who refutes it is just, I don't even know what's going on. We need to help in any small way that we can day to day. But yes, I do believe it's a really important issue, and it's incredibly prevalent. And it makes you wonder, like, why, if the Earth doesn't exist and we can't be roaming free here, like, what's all this other, like, BS that we're arguing about all the time? Like, save the home, save the planet. Yes, it's so important. Oh my God, I get so riled up about this. Yeah.
Climate change is something that should be dealt with now, or perhaps 25 years ago, or 100 years ago. Since the advent of the Industrial Revolution, which meant that fossil fuels were being used in individuals' daily lives, we have created a huge carbon footprint, which means a crime against Earth and the planet. There is nothing right about it. So climate crisis is a serious issue, and I hope that we do, each of us individually and as a group, start fighting against climate crisis, so that we can make this world a bearable place for all of us. Whether or not what political party you belong to does not matter, but what air you belong to, and that the air is clean, should matter to all of us. So I really hope that we all get together and start fighting against the climate crisis.
I believe climate change is the biggest issue going on right now in the news. Global warming is like the world is on fire. Like we're here right here now in Washington Square Park, and everything looks all nice, fine, and sunny. If you turn on the world news, it's like the world is on fire right now, with fires and floods and hurricanes and tornadoes. And I don't know if that's because of climate change. What do you say, climate crisis or climate emergency, or climate change is real? That's one of the biggest things in the news right now.
I mean, I want to say now, I kind of want to go deeper and study it a bit more so I could have an understanding before I really make a hardcore opinion. I'd like to at least have like a more than basic understanding of what's going on and how it is going to affect us later on. But I think it's a decent enough issue where we should make it a priority.
We need change now, and we need everyone on board. I think it has the potential to be one of the most powerful, unifying movements that we've seen, because it's our world. We share our world. It's time to do something.
Right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be
right
so bad. It's so bad. It's 120 degrees Fahrenheit in France right now. Like 40% of the population do not have air conditioners. It's not okay.
Now, it seems like the oceans are rising and the weather is changing, and while the Earth does that naturally and goes through cycles, we're accelerating it from all the man-made pollutants and other things that we contribute to the environment.
Oh, it affects us now, absolutely. I live in Florida, and it's a huge issue. I actually work with the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, and they do a lot of green policy. In places that are coastal, like Louisiana, Florida, it's really important that we are able to protect our homes, especially after Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Harvey. People are suffering right now because of climate change, and we need to do something about it, especially with FEMA and the growing debt that organization has.
I think it can affect us in tremendous ways. I mean, one of the most obvious reasons is that, a great portion of the water in America is frozen over. Having that water be unfrozen would mean a huge loss of land. We're already very territorial as is, and there's a lot of cities that are closer to the ocean. And I imagine we might find certain parts underneath the water if we're not careful with the whole climate change.
I think it should be dealt with every day. Considering the changes we have in our ecosystem and our environment, I think that we should be considering it and not be like, oh, let's just let the next generation take care of it, because then at that point it may be too late. So I think it should be something that's looked into seriously.
Wow, it affected us yesterday. Okay, not just now, I mean yesterday it affected us.
Now. Just by what's been going on for the last 10, 15 years about, how we use certain products and how we're not cleaning up our oceans and not really heeding to the air pollution that we've been causing ourselves. So I think that's something that's already affecting us, but this has been going on for probably centuries. But me personally, I think it's a serious issue, and I think that it should be one of the top things that we should be focusing on right now.
I feel like it's already started affecting us. I mean, I come from Minnesota. Like 6 months back, our climate was even colder than Antarctica. It was minus 55 with the wind chill. So I think it's already in effect. So we should definitely start doing something about the climate change.
It absolutely is a major issue right now. I think that we're not really doing anything to correct it, not enough to correct it actually, which is very sad.
It is a serious issue, of course. We can see it like every day now and then. We can see it like, I think we already missed spring last year, right? There was no spring last year, so it's a serious issue right now, and I think we all should act towards it in every way possible.
I believe it's something serious with the polar ice caps melting right about now and the issues of global flooding. I would hate to see my home or hometown flooded as well.
Oh, it definitely affects us now. Yeah, we should definitely worry about it. Come together as one world and fix the issue slowly but surely.
I think it's affecting us now. With the global warming and all of that, I think it's affecting us now.
It's definitely an issue, yeah.
It's been an issue,
yeah.
That we're late to the game on.
Right.
I definitely believe it's a problem now, but it's definitely going to get worse as time progresses.
I think we definitely need to wrap certain things we have to solidify certain things in our human culture to move forward and be part of the solution. Because naturally, if we're not, Earth is going to find a way to get rid of us. We're not going to be able to ever kill Earth. We're just going to kill ourselves. And it's already happening. That's why people are having allergy. The pollen is attacking them because the plants, they have a certain intelligence that will always outsmart us. And so we have to, by this season, before summer ends, we need to stop using anything that is not able to, be biodegradable. and we need to develop that utopian human culture in our species, because it's just too much that we did, way too much, and we have to give back. And that's why they already have curriculums. You know, they have like the SDG Academy, they have 30 goals that we need to meet by 2030, but in reality we need to meet it by this season, you know?
Yeah, we got to do something about climate change right now. Definitely.
100 years later, it's true.
I don't think that's a belief. I think it's the fact that it is affecting the environment and what's going on today. And I think whether or not you choose to believe in facts, it's not, you shouldn't have an opinion about some things.
It affects us now. A lot of the work that I do is related to climate change, climate justice. And it always kind of surprises me how people don't approach it in an urgent way. Like, obviously that's something that's changed within maybe the past 2 years, but still, like, as a societal issue, like, it shocks me every day that people aren't, like, freaking out. Like, I'm freaking out. Like, yeah. I'll have moments, like, every day, every week, where, yeah, I just realize, like, we're really screwed if big changes don't start happening within, like, now, essentially. And I think the momentum that there has been is obviously really positive, but we need much more than that to be able to make real impact. Yeah, and like, it doesn't have to be a scary thing either. Like, I think there's a lot of positive that can come from change that's linked to climate action. Whether that be societal, or yeah, just the chance to come together as a community and share that experience of doing the right thing.
Probably not so important for me. I believe there's a fair bit of natural climate change going on, and what man-made stuff is, I believe at given time we'll be able to redress that through science and technology. And we do have to change our behaviour, fair enough though.
I say in 100 years' time. I think it's not, well, you can already see it a little bit, like with the weather that's changing, but I'd say it's going to be a lot different in 100 years, yeah.
Oh, I think we need to address, and we all need to make changes, and we all need to think about what we're doing on our planet. So it is important to all step up and make small changes, and hopefully things will slow down. Climate change will slow down.
No, it's really an urgent issue that affects us now, I'm sure, yeah.
It affects us now.
It's been affecting us for a long time.